For the first time in over a decade, Miss Lee Ji-young, the legendary director of the Busan Modern Dance Academy that shaped Park Jimin before he became the global superstar known simply as Jimin of BTS, has agreed to a full-length interview. At 68 years old, the woman who once told a skinny 15-year-old boy he would never make it as a dancer unless he fixed his rigid shoulders is now ready to set the record straight. He wasn't born with it, Miss Lee says firmly, sitting in the same mirrored studio where Jimin used to practice until 3 a.m. Everyone thinks Jimin was a prodigy who walked in and stole the room. That's the myth. The truth is he was stiff, overly polite, and cried in the bathroom after every correction. In 2010, a high school sophomore from Busan's Jungkook walked into her academy clutching a recommendation letter from his middle school dance teacher. He had zero contemporary training, only a few school talent show performances, and, according to Ms. Lee, the worst shoulder line I had seen in years. I told him on day one, "Your upper body looks like it belongs to a salaryman, not a dancer. If you want to debut, you have 6 months to break those habits, or you'll be background for the rest of your life." Most trainees would have quit. Jimin asked me to stay after class every single day. What followed was a grueling routine that former students still talk about in hushed tones. 6 hours of regular classes, 4 to 5 additional hours of private practice with Ms. Lee until the studio lights automatically shut off, recording himself on a cracked phone, analyzing every frame at home, coming back the next morning with corrections already applied. He would show up with bruised knees and say, "Teacher, I think I finally got the wave in my spine on the 47th try," Miss Lee recalls, laughing through tears. No one counts to 47. Jimin did. By the time Big Hit Scouts discovered him at a regional competition in 2012, Ms. Lee says the boy they saw on stage was unrecognizable from the one who first walked through her door. That soft, fluid Jimin everyone praises now, he built it muscle by muscle, tear by tear. The elegance was never a gift. It was discipline wearing the mask of natural talent. She still keeps a photo from Jimin's graduation performance, a 17-year-old in an oversized white shirt, mid-air in a layout that made the entire audience gasp. On the back, Jimin wrote in shaky handwriting, "Teacher, I broke the salaryman's shoulders. Thank you for not letting me give up." When asked about Jimin's global success, over 1 billion streams for Face, principal dance credits, and praise from choreographers like Brian Puspos and Keon Madrid, Ms. Lee shrugs. "I'm not surprised. The world finally caught up to what I saw at 2 a.m. in an empty studio. An effort-type genius who refused to lose to his own reflection." As for whether she's proud, she pauses, looks at the same mirror Jimin used to stare into for hours, and answers quietly, "I'm not proud of him. I'm proud with him. Because every time he hits a perfect line on stage, I know exactly how many nights he spent alone in this room earning it." The Academy still has a small plaque near the entrance that reads in Jimin's handwriting from 2012, "If you practice until your bones remember, the audience will forget you ever had to try." 15 years later, the world believes he never did. Only Busan's mirrors know the truth. Busan Modern Dance Academy, late autumn 2011. Ms. Lee still remembers the exact date, November 17. It was the night Park Jimin almost quit forever. He had just turned 16 2 months earlier. Big Hit had already scouted him unofficially, but the company required one final showcase tape, a 2-minute contemporary solo that had to be world-class or nothing. 6 other trainees from Seoul, all with years of professional training, had already submitted theirs. Jimin's deadline was 3 weeks away. For 19 consecutive nights, he stayed in the studio after everyone left. Ms. Lee pretended to lock up, then quietly left the side door open and watched from the office CCTV. She saw the same thing every night. Jimin running the music, failing the same 8-count drop into a knee slide, collapsing, rewinding, doing it again. At 2:47 a.m. on November 17, the footage shows him finally landing the move perfectly, only to burst into tears so violent he vomited in the corner trash can. Then he did something Ms. Lee says she will never forget. He wiped his mouth, restarted the music, and did the entire 2-minute piece again, flawlessly, while still crying. Not pretty, silent tears. Ugly, shoulder-shaking sobs that never broke the timing of the choreography even once. That was the moment I knew. Talent can be taught. Timing can be taught. But that kind of refusal to let pain win the last rep, that's not teachable. That's the difference between good dancers and the ones who change history. The next morning, Jimin arrived at 7 a.m. with a USB stick and a handwritten letter. Teacher, yesterday the mirrors won 312 times. On attempt 313, I won. Here is the final tape. If it's not enough, I will come back tonight and we start at 314. Thank you for teaching me how to fight myself. Jimin. Ms. Lee watched the tape alone. When it ended, she cried for the first time in 30 years of teaching. 3 days later, big hit called. The A&R director's exact words, still framed in her office, "We've never seen a 16-year-old move like his body was born speaking a language no one else knows." Ms. Lee never told them about attempt 313. She never told anyone. Until today.
On November 15th, 2025, exactly 14 years after that night, a new, smaller plaque was quietly installed beneath the original one in the Academy hallway. It reads, in Miss Lee's handwriting this time, "To every student who will ever stand here at 3 a.m. feeling like the mirrors are bigger than you, remember November 17th, 2011. A boy once lost to these walls 312 times. On the 313th, he taught them who the real master was. He signs his letters Jimin now, but the mirrors still call him 313. Director Lee Jiang. Busan Modern Dance Academy, S 1987, home of the effort-type genius." This morning, exactly 14 years after the night of attempt 313, Miss Lee opened the academy at 5 a.m. as she always does. There was a single white envelope on the floor, slid under the front door sometime before dawn. No stamp, no courier. Just one line handwritten on the front in the same careful teenage handwriting she still recognizes instantly. "To the mirrors that taught me how to win, from the boy who finally kept his promise, 313. Inside was a short letter and something else. "Teacher, today is November 23rd, 2025. Exactly 14 years since you watched me cry and vomit and still finish the choreography. I never forgot the number 313. I still count it sometimes, before every first stage after hiatus, before every new choreo I have to learn alone again. When people ask how I can control every muscle like water, I want to tell them the truth. Water only looks gentle because it spent years breaking itself against stone. I promised myself that if I ever became someone the kids in Busan could look up to, I would come back and tell them it's okay to lose 312 times. So I'm sending you the thing I value most after my members. Please hang it beside the plaques. Let every student who feels small at 3 a.m. know that even the genius they watch on screen once bled on that exact floor. Thank you for never turning the lights off on me. I finally turned them back on for someone else. Forever your student, Park Jimin." A brand new limited edition platinum trophy from the 2025 Mama Awards, Artist of the Year Global. On the base, Jimin had engraved over the official text with a handheld tool. "Property of Busan Modern Dance Academy. For every kid who is currently on attempt 1 to 312, your 313 is coming. Don't leave before it does." From a former salaryman shouldered boy. Miss Lee didn't open the academy today. Instead, she canceled all classes, called every current student into the main studio, and played the original 2011 showcase tape on the big screen, the one with the ugly crying that somehow never missed a beat. Then, she placed the platinum trophy dead center on the floor, right on the exact scuff mark Jimin's knee left in 2011, still visible after 4 floor replacements, because she always told the workers, "Leave that one, it's load-bearing." She told the students only 8 words before turning off the lights and letting them sit in silence with the mirrors. He sent the biggest award in the world home, because the real prize was always this room. By evening, photos of the trophy on the floor began appearing on Korean community sites, taken by students who were told they could share on one condition. No captions, no hashtags, no location tags, just the image. Within hours, thousands of armies recognized the scuff mark. No one needed to explain what it meant. The mirrors of Busan Modern Dance Academy are quiet tonight. For the first time in 14 years, they are not the ones doing the teaching. They are the ones being thanked. Busan Modern Dance Academy, November 23rd, 24th. The lights were never turned off that night. After Miss Lee walked out at 7 p.m. with only the platinum trophy glowing under the emergency exit sign, she expected the building to be empty by midnight.
It wasn't. 16 teenagers ages 14 to 19 refused to leave. They pushed every chair to the walls, laid their phones face down in a circle around the trophy like it was a campfire, and took turns doing what Jimin once did: run the same 8 count until their legs gave out, stand up, rewind, do it again. No music at first, just the sound of sneakers squeaking and heavy breathing echoing off the mirrors that suddenly felt different. At 11:47 p.m., the youngest, a 14-year-old girl named Chaewon, who had been on the verge of quitting for weeks, finally landed the turn sequence she had failed 87 times. She didn't cheer. She walked straight to the trophy, touched the engraving that said, "Your 313 is coming," and started crying the same ugly way the 2011 tape showed. That broke something open. One by one, every student in the room began telling their own private attempt number. 204 attempts at a clean aerial, boy 17. 179 days since his mom told him dance was a waste of time, girl 16. 312 nights wondering if he was too short, too weak, too late, boy 19, the oldest who had already been rejected by 3 companies. They wrote the numbers on sticky notes and stuck them directly onto the mirror right at eye level until the entire front wall was covered in neon squares: 87, 204, 179, 312, 41, 605. At 2:13 a.m., someone found an old Bluetooth speaker and played Jimin's Lie, solo version on the lowest volume. 16 bodies moved in the dark, not performing for anyone, just proving to the mirrors that they were still here.